Hello, my name is Stephen Lin, and welcome to SiliconSteppes. From steps to success, join us as we discover Central Asia's startup scene. I'm here with a great group of guys, and I'm eager to do today's interview.
So, first of all, thank you very much for inviting me here, Steve, and thanks to Dario Media to inviting and organizing this such kind of round table and to discuss. And we also, as we discussed a bit earlier, that it's very helpful for the ecosystem first of all to support youngsters and to show that how we are developing, how we develop the market. My name is Farrukh. I'm a partner success manager at Plug and Play Uzbekistan office, and previously worked at IT Park and almost and I. I'm a more an ecosystem builder in Uzbekistan. And have been developing the market almost 5 years.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Hi, thanks for inviting to this talk, and I'm very happy to be in Dario Media. I'm a co-founder of 3 textile projects. It's Fratelli Casa, PromoWare, and the last one, the biggest one, is Textile B2B Marketplace, TextileFinds.com. And my name is Shokhrukh.
So, hello everyone. Thanks a lot to Dario Media, to Stefan for this invite, for this wonderful roundtable. My name is Shavkat. I am a Chief Technical Officer at Neo Insurance. It's new modern insurance company in our country with focus to digitalization and what I can say.
No, your company does a lot of very cool things. I understand it's a new company that's trying to change the way insurance is done here in Uzbekistan.
Yes, exactly. Thank you.
Okay. Hi everyone. My name is Iskandar Kurbonov. I agree with the words of my colleagues from the Plug and Play, Shokhrukh, and also thanks for inviting us. So I'm an entrepreneur with 9 years of experience. Now I'm a venture guy in the Plug and Play, responsible for scouting, investment opportunities, and deal flows, helping the startups to scale to other markets, and engaged personally with the development of startup ecosystem in Uzbekistan, specifically.
Oh, wonderful. And as for myself, as well as being your host today, I'm also a venture partner with Sturgeon Capital, and I also manage their acceleration program here, Swiftlaunch. Okay. All right, so first off, today's topic is how can corporations and how can companies come together and try to encourage the ecosystem? How do they tell entrepreneurs that this is a real path that they can take? How can they support it, say, getting their first customers? And also, how can they gain benefit from the ecosystem as well? Not just in the sense of like, hey, we're helping the community, but in the sense derive real business value.
So, okay, the really interesting topic here regarding the corporate, because it's one of the essential part of the every ecosystem, yes, startup ecosystem, and that's why Plug and Play is here in Uzbekistan to support, to help, to and encourage the market and try to connect big corporates across the world and local startups with each other, and in a lot of ways, for example, through the deal flows, through the piloting, through the investments, and etc.
Oh, fantastic. Could you or Iskandar talk a little bit more about, say, Plug and Play's efforts here or programs here?
Okay, what we're doing? Yeah, we have local partners like HE Park, Minister of Digital Technologies. We have our corporate partners, Alaka Ventures, Alaka Bank. What we're doing on behalf of their request, it's on developing the ecosystem of startups. We're creating the acceleration programs, which is mostly focused on fintech, but including like InsurTech, but mostly focused on like a B2B enterprise tech.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. On behalf of it, we're trying to scouting the best startups in Uzbekistan to figure out and package them and before the investment.
Oh, fantastic. Are there any cool stories or good examples of startups that you find very promising here in Uzbekistan?
Exactly. We can just show up our like a latest investment and the first in the Central Asia of plug and play.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
We
So-
invested 50K for our second batch alumni Point AI.
Point AI.
Yeah, it's a 19 years of students from the Westminster. Who, I mean, there was his co-founder. They're building the AI co-pilot.
Okay. Oh, so Plug and Play. So for our viewers who might not know, Plug and Play is a world-renowned VC and acceleration program originally founded in California. So they are a global force in entrepreneurship. And so you're saying $50,000 given to 19-year-olds? Or
90 years old
founders.
Oh!
founders.
Founders,
They're like
yes.
a super. I mean, the young guys.
wow, okay. So that's quite a statement of faith in the youth of Uzbekistan.
Exactly. That means like no boundaries for the old entrepreneurs. No,
Wow.
doesn't matter like how you're old.
That's fantastic. So
Just do your business.
yeah. So it doesn't matter how old you are, it doesn't matter who you're from. If you can build and you can deliver results, companies like Plug and Play will put serious money behind you. Can you tell me a little bit more about Point AI?
Okay, what they're like doing there? They discovered one of the biggest problems in e-commerce. They're telling like one of the biggest problems in the U.S. market and the European market. They have all the customers. I mean, the support, live customer support, and they have to always keep up. The people for 24/7 who's responsible for answering the instantly for the people. For their customers.
Oh, so like if I'm a customer of a big corporation, I can call and Point AI will
Not
assist-
call. You just go to the website and they will have a kind of badge with a live chat. If you have like
Oh.
and you just writing, hey, where's my order? What's going on? Because in the US and the European market, it doesn't work like in Uzbekistan. You're just calling it. It's more like people just they're writing it.
Yeah, we call and we get teleprompts. It's really annoying. They say push 5 to talk to this person, push 6 to talk to that person. It's a huge hassle.
Yeah, that's another problem on the other side in Uzbekistan. But in terms of like a US, they have a regulation. They have to able always given like a customer support 24/7, and all the e-commerce platforms like or e-commerce shops, yeah, which is built by like on a Shopify based or Wix based, some kind of like stuff. They have a problem or two main expenses. First, it's a marketing expenses to attract the customer. Second, it's a customer support.
Oh, yeah.
And the Point AI discovered they can approximately annually save up like a 60 or up to 80% on a customer experience.
Really?
Yeah.
Those are some big numbers. So e-commerce is a very large industry in the United States, Shopify being a huge example. So you're saying that Point AI, a program and company built by a founder of 19 years old in Tashkent can save 60 to 80% off customer support costs, potentially for all of e-commerce.
Exactly, but mostly their ICP is coming up with the average GMV like a $500,000 annually. In those cases, they're saving up to like 100K annually.
Makes sense, yeah.
That makes more sense because we charge them like at least like a 10 to up to 20% upon their like a value what we're bringing for them.
Wow, I wish I knew about them earlier. I would have tried to get in on this investment. My goodness. Yeah, that's a fantastic project. And yeah, that's quite a move by Plug and Play, and I think it'll be the first of many for the ecosystem here in Central Asia.
Exactly, that's like exactly what we're doing on.
Okay, great. And how about your organizations? Like, I know Plug and Play has done incredible things, and I know a lot of organizations, such as your own, also want to push out, like, say, what new ideas we can do, what kind of things that entrepreneurs can bring to the table.
Yes, exactly. So, firstly, I want to say yesterday we had a meeting and we are talking about any solution for customer support for our website and for mobile application. We are looking to OpenAI solution or something else. We didn't know about this solution, but we will look more closely because it's our guys from Tashkent. I think it would be
homegrown technology.
yeah. So.
Can you tell me a little bit about your insurance company? Like, I understand it's very much at the forefront of thought. It's a very different from the traditional insurance companies here in Uzbekistan.
Yes, because all traditional insurance companies in Uzbekistan is working in one way. No any changes in rules in our insurance exchange. All rates for insurance, all insurance programs, everyone is not digital, without any analytic, without any data analytic, and it's a big problem, I think. So our company is started our working from digitalization. We created our own IT department with development teams. We are developing our website, mobile application. We are creating our internal CRM and ERP systems for online sales. We already had license to sell any types of insurance. And for now, we are working to automate everything what not automated in our insurance companies, but our ideas to the future is making more, because all other insurance companies try to automate only general processes like reports only and out to government requirements, but we are looking to solution to make data analytic with deep diving into the data to make more flexible rates to insurance programs based on the peoples, on the risk, and on analytics over these peoples. We are looking to move forward for AI solutions. We really want to integrate AI to all insurance. For example, for now we are looking to online damage detection of cars when you are making your car insurance. You no need to go to our office with your car, or you no need to wait our specialist who will come to your car, make video, write something in paper and say, yeah, we can insure it. It would be, you will just make a video in your phone, AI will process it, we'll see, so nothing damage, or I see scratch here we wouldn't insure it, but we'll insure everything else. So this is only one of the solutions, and we are looking to AI to implement AI and IT to all insurance products in future.
Oh, that's super cool. In fact, that reminds me of someone that was actually on our last episode of SiliconSteppes. We had an incredible founder here. He made a program, Aziz. He made a program called Sugota Bazaar. To actually help automate a lot of that processes. So we'll have to connect you, definitely.
Yeah, Sugota Bazaar is founded by our friends. We are working with Sugota Bazaar, and damage detection solution from Sugota Bazaar is one of the things what we will implement firstly. I don't know will we work with it in the future or we will modern it, but yeah, Sugota Bazaar is our big partners and friends.
But it's exactly a point, you see, yeah? Why those companies Neo Insurance, they're not developed in-house, but they develop other products in-house, and they take spend a lot of money for this one. But in terms of working with a startup, it could be a great use case for other insurance companies.
Yeah, because I remember I am not a particularly great driver. In fact, I'm pretty terrible. And I've gotten in a couple of fender benders, and the insurance process was a huge pain in the neck. Because I had to find someone to fix it. I had to then file a claims report, and then argue with the insurance company on how oh, you guys should pay versus me versus the other guy. If I could just take a video of my car with the bad dent, right? And I can just forget about all that. I think that's a service, that's a product that can work in many countries, not just Uzbekistan. And I think your company's situation is, I think, one reason why Uzbekistan is so fascinating as a market. Sturgeon Capital calls it a primed market. Like it's a country that's at a stage that's at its inflection point, where you have key industries like insurance, right, making very large leaps technologically forward, finding new ways to do business without legacy solutions getting in the way. For example, we don't have to like here. People don't have to say, "Oh, we have a huge implementation project. We have a huge turnover project." Here, people think, you know what? If we start from scratch and did things the best way now, we can jump forward really quickly. Okay. And how about yourself? What about your organization?
Well, as I mentioned before, I have two traditional businesses. It's a textile business, production of garments, ready garments. And the third one is Textile B2B Marketplace. We are trying to build an ecosystem for textile entrepreneurs on this platform. This is the only platform regarding textile marketplace in CIS countries. What we want is to connect all CIS countries on this platform. What we do is we connect buyers with suppliers. Mm-hmm. You're trying to do something, huh?
Yeah, like so.
What we do is we're trying to build an ecosystem on this platform. If you're willing to open a textile business, if you don't know the market, you can just jump into this platform. You can sell. You can find your wholesale customers. We start monetization in this January. For now, we are bootstrapping. As information, last year, the platform was free to use, and we helped about 52 companies to get international contracts for $9 million from this platform. So one company got a contract for $1 million from this platform, and it was free to use. So in the future, we want to make this kind of ecosystem where the textile entrepreneur can sell and buy, get questions 24/7 on customs, for example, questions, regulations, marketing, and we in the future, about like in 4 or 5 years, we want to start as a Alipay, our kind of small bank. We want to make a contract with one bank where we start negotiations, so they can be a guarantee between the supplier and the customer. So our platform will help to develop, to rise, to increase the volume of textile, not only in Uzbekistan, but in CIS countries. The first stage is connect CIS countries, and once we finish CIS countries, we want to open this platform to English-speaking countries, so that they can sell and buy anything they want to Russian-speaking textile entrepreneurs.
Yeah, so I have to admit, when I first came to Uzbekistan, I didn't know that much about it. American sense of geography is typically pretty terrible. But one thing, incredible thing I found about Uzbekistan is that the history of crafts here in Uzbekistan goes back hundreds, if not thousands of years. I've sent gifts back home to friends, like textiles, plates, paintings as well. And the quality here is, in terms of crafts, in terms of textiles, is something that is really amazing. And to be honest, almost completely unknown in many places in the world. So are you saying that at some point, if I wanted to say buy a huge tapestry to cover my wall, I can come to your website, I can pick what I want to order, and it'd be like an online shopping experience?
Well, it's more like a B2B marketplace. It's not a B2C.
Okay.
But if you want to buy it in a bulk,
In both. Well, shoot. If anyone wants to start an e-com business, importing or exporting textiles, I'm sure they can use Point AI for customer service, right? In a way that gets lots of good textiles overseas. So I want to open up a more general question. Like, where do you guys see the current state of the ecosystem, and where do you see organizations such as yours, say, contributing to this ecosystem? Like, what new ideas would you say, like, where can we move the ecosystem next?
Okay, currently like a landscape of the ecosystem, how it's like a building, it's a very early stage. Like every time, so we're trying to figure out all the corporate deal flows or working with the startups, but all of them like a very early stage. But one of the most important things what we're doing now is to on creating and working on the use cases to show up that that's possible. Because one of the things and one of the hardest things in Uzbekistan, it's changing the mindset of the CEOs of the corporations.
Really? Like, what do you mean by that?
You know that all the corporations that you can meet, like in Tashkent, in Uzbekistan, most of the people they're thinking like it's unfair work with a startup because they're super early for us, for example, or we cannot like trust them, how they can implement and solve our problems, and the second things. And the third thing, it's why I have to pay for the people like in the outsource when I can just hire the people in my in-house and build for myself and spend like 100K, 200K annually, but it will be his like own product. And but it's not like sure that it will be work. Because I will say like a corporation with the Farrukh as well. We always like talking about it. Why? Because every time corporations, they're facing with a lot of challenges. But why they're like not super growing very fast and quickly? Because they focus only and can focus only for 1-2 hypotheses annually, but they cannot like distribute it to other startups or work like as much as possible on a basis of outsourcing the startups or choosing the best one from the worldwide. And why you not you can like use it and try to test the hypothesis. If it works, that makes more sense to invest to this direction. But what we're usually doing now, we say, hey, I want an in-house, and I'm doing this my own CRM, my own ERP system, my own delivery technology, but it's already developed in the world.
Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense for these corporations to create, 10 solutions. And if you think about it, if you have 10 corporations, each one trying to create 10 individual solutions, like that's like each corporation trying to be a mini Silicon Valley. It doesn't seem very, very effective.
It's not very effective. It's a very costly for them, and nobody cares about the results. Sometimes it can you can spend like 2 years on developing something, but what will be happening after the 2 years if it's not works? Because you never know what works, what doesn't work. And sometimes copycat, it doesn't like make sense or not guarantee you the success in your future in the company.
Okay. So would you say it'd be a lot more cost effective if, say, one corporation helped create, say a new company or supported new entrepreneurs to create a new solution that could then be shared or structured with many corporations?
Or they can choose as the best ones in the market that already existing.
That does seem like a pretty good solution. But that's really cool. And I think that one amazing thing for me as an outsider is how cooperative everyone in this market has been. Everyone sees the need to grow the ecosystem, and the amount of support that corporations, organizations such as GDG and Microsoft and entrepreneurs and corporations, like everyone I've talked to recognizes that the ecosystem can grow really fast, and everyone is willing to pitch in as well. It's coming from a more, I guess, combative market. Like seeing Uzbekistan has been like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah. And I agree with my colleague Iskandar on the topic of developing the corporate innovations, and I want to now cover two topics. First, answer to your question regarding the stage of the ecosystem. It's to my mind, it's the stage of really pre-seed, as Iskandar said, and here we need more support in the pre-seed stage, as you do, yeah, with your Swiftlaunch, because we almost covered a lot of things in the stage of seed. We have the VCs in the seed stage, we have accelerators, we have plug and play, and we see our regional accelerators coming into Uzbekistan, like Most Hub and others. But in the pre-seed stage, we have more challenges here. And these kind of initiatives like Swiftlaunch and also some venture builders is really necessary at this time.
Well, we try our best.
Yeah.
We see a lot one thing that's great about Uzbekistan is I see a lot of very talented young people who are very hungry and willing to experiment, willing to build. Swiftlaunch, again, we're trying to fill that particular niche. The idea is that we're at the very front of the funnel, the very top of the funnel, and we're trying to create new teams, not just screen them. And then we feed those, feed the successful teams, the best teams that we find, onto the rest of the ecosystem.
Yes, and at this time, it's the most important thing to do in the ecosystem. Because, yes, as I said, we have well-developed seed stage. We don't have, after seed stage, like a Series B, Series A, and etc. But it will a bit more time for this. But now to my mind, we should focus more on the pre-seed stage. And
we try our best.
Yes.
But like Uzbekistan has a lot of very, very talented young people, and we have great ingredients for success.
But what's the challenges that you're facing all the time? Like it was working with the talented guys in Uzbekistan.
Oh gosh, I would say one issue is that the mindset of people here, well, if I say young people here, is that they don't have a lot of role models, local role models. And one reason why I'm so grateful to Dario is that the example I gave is like say Point AI, right? If you had 19-year-olds, right, in Mountain View, say like, hey, I've created a really cool solution that's being tested by big corporations with hundreds of thousands of users. The local media would make them, they would celebrate that. They would be invited on to interviews. They'd win awards, right? They would get into cool programs. They would be kind of like local heroes. And the young people around those young people would see that as say, hey, he's just like me. I can do the same thing. Whereas one issue I found working with some of these really great universities here, INHA, Westminster, a lot of them actually do have their own projects that catch traction, are really cool and new. And of course, being as talented as they are, they're scooped up by big corporations the minute they graduate. And then they're kind of forced into a choice. Do I take this big risk with this new startup? Or do I take another choice, which is, I work for a big company, which is safe, prestigious, etc. And the thing about Point AI is that, say, if you're in Mountain View, these young people would be, kind of local celebrities or local heroes, and the people around them would see like, hey, that person is like me, I can do the same thing. Whereas here, and I've seen very talented people from top schools here, Westminster, INHA, and when they graduate, they have very cool programs, things that have traction, think very far ahead, and of course, being as talented as they are, when they graduate, they're faced with a choice. Big companies scoop them up, and now all of a sudden, this young person has to decide: do I choose to, take a big risk as a startup, or do I, take a prestigious, steady job? And of course, if you ask their parents, right, the choice is pretty clear. And economically, this is kind of a shame because if you look at, say, 10 of these teams, right, 1 or 2 probably would have succeeded. And you think of the opportunity cost, right, how many jobs that would have created, how much value that would have created. There's no reason why these big companies couldn't have said, you know what, take 6 months, take a year, you know, and if things don't work out, we can always hire you later. So one thing that we do want to encourage is a shift to this entrepreneurial mindset, with the knowledge that yes, it's not easy, and yes, you know, there are challenges, but you know, if you find customers, get the cash flow, there really is a pathway for this to be a real career. But anyways, I want to say a big thank you to our guests, a big thank you to our guests, and a big thank you to our guest corporations. You guys do amazing things both in your industry and also to the ecosystem as well. But would you like to say anything more about what your company is doing?
Yeah, I want to say it a little more. First, I agree with Iskandar about any problems with investment for startups in our country. It's really a big problem. And Iskandar said that a lot of big corporations trying to make anything without investment, just in-house, and that's right. But it's not right for our company. We already have our internal development team, but we are making some common solutions like ERP or something. It's not rocket science. It's okay. But for example, if we talking about AI, we understand that making our internal data science or machine learning team, it's crazy thing, and we are looking to startups. We very happy that we have super talented people in our country. We are ready to invest to these companies. We are ready to use these solutions and work with talented people, not in-house, but in partnership, like with Sugur and any other companies.
Fantastic. Any last words?
I've been in textile in entrepreneurship for about 20 years, and now I switched to IT. And I meet so many talented people, guys who want to just explore themselves. And these two guys in Plug and Play are doing a good job for people, for building this kind of ecosystem. Every single startup owner thinks that his idea is the best. And as he said, they're trying to do anything as a secret in-house, where everything is in open source, they can use. And once they put kind of a lot of money on that, then they, as an MVP, they go to angel investors and asking, I have an idea, but can you keep it in secret? I will tell you if you just sign the KYC, then I can open my idea. So a lot of people think that they can be the second Mark Zuckerberg, the second Elon Musk. And the first problem is they are not using this ecosystem. They can go, for example, they have an acceleration program. They can show your idea is would be alive, or it's already dead. And the second one is a lot of people in Uzbekistan think locally. They are working on startups thinking that it's going to be used only in Uzbekistan. I mean, Uzbekistan is a small country. How far you can go with your startup? So the problem is they're not thinking, or they're not can kind of say agree with themselves that they can go beyond Uzbekistan. Once they go outside of Uzbekistan, the market will tell you if your project is successful or not. And I have a lot of phone calls. They're calling and asking, can we meet? I have a startup idea and we can get rich. We can be really rich. We can put some money. We can go far away to only inside of Uzbekistan. So my point is, these people, these guys read a lot of books, like motivation books, and they're not using the already built ecosystem, what IT Park does, what they do, they start doing, they start sharing their ideas. And once you share, they might say, hey, stop it right now here. Don't spend a lot of money. You can close your idea because it's already on the market. I have so many MVP idea holders say, wow, my project is the best and I will just blow the market. So they have to use this ecosystem, which is already built in Uzbekistan. And the plug and play is doing, and IT Park is doing the best. In my opinion, people should think not locally, globally, and they have to share their ideas with the professionals, not just keep the idea inside. And as he said, when I started this business, and my partner he's a CTO. I said, let's do this in-house in our project by ourselves. We're not gonna tell. But like 2 years ago, I said, everything is open. Let's use whatever is in open source, and you're not gonna hide this from the world. I mean, let's use whatever is on the market. So a lot of startup holders, owners are kind of spoiled with the books, with the motivation videos. I wish they stop it and use the ready ecosystem.
Yeah, now that's a really good point. I think some good advice to all the new entrepreneurs at home is that go out, do it, but also reach out to the incredible resources that are already here in the ecosystem. Plug and Play, IT Park. But once again, thank you guys all for coming in. You guys have provided some really valuable insight. And once again, this is SiliconSteppes. Step with us to success, and we'll discover the Central Asian ecosystem. Also, please like and subscribe. You can find us on Google Play, Spotify, and all the great podcast systems.